Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to talk about the Arrowverse. This article on CBR says Superman and Lois killed the Arrowverse. Now before we get into the article, I've been with the Arrowverse ever since Arrow came on, and 12 years ago now? In October, it'll be 12 years ago. I was there with the first episode of Arrow. My father, I got my father into show Arrow until season 2. And I tried, one of my good friends that I've known for since I was 11. I'm a week older than him. I did my best for a year and a half to 2 years. I want to say 3.5 years max. I think we were on the Ra's al Ghul season or the Damien Dark season, so season 3 or 4, when I finally got my friend into Arrow. Might have been a little bit before that, when it was just 2 seasons, and the 3rd season was the current season. I forget, okay? But my friend that I'm referring to, it was just a challenge to get him into watching at least one episode. And he said, no, wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. And I have to told him, I forget. Pretty much, you watch WWE, Doc, goddammit, and you play WWE games. That is funny as hell. I know WWE is not a comic book thing, but I knew my friend. I knew, even though WWE and Arrow, the DC comics and Marvel comics were separate things, I knew my friend would get into Arrow. Especially since my friend at this point I already saw The Dark Knight Rises, and if I remember correctly, he did enjoy it. Man, Batman's Dark Knight Rises is a DC film, so I knew he would like it. It was a struggle getting him to watch at least one episode. After that, yeah, his tune completely changed. He said, "Oh yeah, I liked it." So now what? Anyways, short story. Probably wasn't relevant to the stream, to this video overall, but had to play that. I had to tell that story because had to brag a little bit. But anyways, Arrow I was a fan of. I did enjoy the first 2 seasons the most, then the 5th season, and then the last season. Or the 7th season and the last season. Seasons 3, the other seasons were alright or decent at best, but season 1 was decent, but was good way to start off a series. Season 2 was the best for me, tied with season 5. And I do Deathstroke as the season villain, Prometheus as the season villain, and what's his name? Diaz as the season villain. Diaz was this villain for season 6. So I was a fan of Arrow for them. Most of the seasons were passable for me. And I bumped into the girl who plays Felicity as C2E2. I literally almost bumped into her. I said sorry. Didn't realize that was her until 7 seconds after. And I was so mad that I didn't get that, didn't recognize her as Felicity Smoke, because she dyed her red at this point. Because I would try to say, hey, I'm a big fan of yours. I will try to get a picture. But I didn't want to go after, run after her, make her think that I was a freak or freak her out. So I just left it at that. But anyways, getting back to what I was going to say, I'm a huge fan of Arrow. I was a huge fan of Arrow for the most part. The Flash was really good towards the beginning. Now it's alright. Legends of Tomorrow was it was cheesy as fuck, but but it was cheesy in an entertaining way. I'll admit that I did enjoy Legends of Tomorrow. Supergirl was alright. it wasn't one of my favorite Arrowverse shows, but it was decent enough for me. Um, it wasn't the best out of Arrowverse shows. Um, and then Batwoman, cringe as fuck in the trailers, cringe as hell in the 3 seasons, and I'm just surprised it took 3 seasons until it got canceled. Was surprised after season 2 it didn't get canceled. And Black Lightning, I actually did enjoy Black Lightning. My only complaint about Black Lightning that every 5 seconds it like to remind us that we were dealing with a black family. I already knew that. Just I didn't want to like be reminded every 5 seconds. But that's just me. So, anyways, then Superman and Lois came out, I think, like last year, and so far I loved it. So far I've been loving Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois has been debatably the best show since Arrow in the Arrowverse series. Arrowverse. But anyways, it's been 6 minutes and I haven't even read the damn article. So let's read the damn article. Superman and Lois killed the Arrowverse. So I've been keeping up with both seasons, and I'm waiting for season 3. I'm excited to see what season 3 has in store. And it says the following contains spoilers to Superman and Lois season 2, episode 15. Waiting for Superman, now streaming on the CW app, which was bought out for $0. So I may do a video just on that wholesale thing in the future. Anyways, Superman and Lois has received one of the most well-received Superman adaptations in decades, and perhaps the most well-received current product featuring the Man of Steel at all. Many have noticed that it's quite a bit above the quality of other DC Comics-based shows on the CW network, with many questioning its place in the Arrowverse. The recent revealed answer is the query may have saved Superman and Lois, but it is also doomed to the Arrowverse. The series is, in fact, not on the same Earth as the Flash or Arrow, removing any sort of hyper potential for crossovers between the shows. This absolutely kills any interest in what little is left of the Arrowverse at this point. And with what's going on with the CW, it seems that the Flash has become a visible limb. Here's a closer look just at how terrible Superman Lois is for the Arrowverse. And I wanted to before we get into that, I want to say that just because it's not on the same Earth, like Superman Lois show is not on the same Earth as like the other Arrowverse shows have been, doesn't mean that there can't be a crossover. I mean, up until like Crisis on Infinite Earths, Supergirl was on a different Earth, and yet we had Supergirl teaming up with the heroes in the Arrowverse, so it's not like exactly doomed the Arrowverse per se. There still could be crossovers. I mean, if we could have gotten Kevin Conroy as Batman, and that dude who plays Superman from Smallville making cameos in the Arrowverse, and even though he's kind of controversial right now, debatably, Ezra Miller, who is the DCEU Flash, making a cameo in the Arrowverse at one point, then I hate to say it, but them not being on the same Earth doesn't really mean that the Arrowverse is doomed. I'm sorry. I mean, sure it could mean that way, but I'm not. But in terms of like future crossovers, it doesn't mean that they can't have a future crossover. And who knows? Maybe this Earth's Superman and Lois will one day like cross over with the Arrowverse version of Superman and Lois. Who knows? Who knows? My point is, and this article could easily change my mind, but my at the moment my point is, Superman and Lois. I at the moment I don't see where this show isn't exactly part of the Arrowverse per se. But again, this article can change my mind, hence why I'm gonna read it. The Arrowverse was always made worse by Superman and Lois. Okay. Since the first trailers for the show came out, fans were quickly to point out how much better Superman and Lois looked to the other Arrowverse shows. Oh, I just realized the Arrowverse was already okay. Whereas those series look like the cheap soap operas guest starring superheroes that some viewers criticized them as. This, which I agree, they did seem soap opera-y, so I'm not gonna lie about that. This new show would fit right in with the programming of HBO Max production-wise. At the same time, even when Superman was engaged in family drama, it did so at a better level than the Arrowverse show, especially Supergirl, the show that is supposedly spun off from. Okay, I'll give them that. If anything, these more heartfelt, folksy moments felt more in line with a mix between the DC Extended Universe Superman and the former CW show Superman, Smallville. Again, I don't see how they can cross over because they did also mention Smallville. With Smallville, Superman did make a cameo in the Arrowverse. Like, I actually don't, like, I think I get what they're saying. I don't get how any crossover between the Flash and Superman and Lois can't happen. Like, I don't see their point. Anyways, the Arrowverse showed that the Arrowverse shows that remained after Crisis of Infinite Earths all look like an amateur hour when put up to Superman and Lois. From the acting production products such as Tyler Hoechlin, Elizabeth Tolkal, and David Ramsey seems shine on these shows compared to their Arrowverse appearances. And the series as a whole was far more prestige than expected. Now, I know David Ramsey played John Diggle. Elizabeth Tulloch played Lois. And I guess Tyler just basing it off of. Yeah, and Tyler is Superman, okay. But if it's not part of the Arrowverse, then I'm just going to shut up and read because I'm going to save my thoughts for after I read this article, or at least this part. By airing in the same programming block, so like the Flash and Batwoman is no longer on air anymore because it got canceled. Came off as especially tacky, and it didn't help that their ratings were largely plummeting. Okay, so now I finished this part. The fact that David Ramsey was in season 1, or was it season 2? I think it was season 1 of Superman and Lois doesn't actually count this proves that there can't be any crossovers between the Flash and Superman and Lois. I mean, essentially that was their small little cameo crossover of Arrow, even though it's been ended for a few years now, and the show. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying Maybe I'm trying too hard to picture a crossover. Maybe I'm just wanting. Maybe there was that part of me that wants a crossover, even though I admit that the Flash ain't as good as it was before. Anyways, Superman and Lois season 2 finale was the Arrowverse death knell. Okay, let's read. After Crisis, most of the forward momentum that the Arrowverse had was completely lost, though due to no fault of its own, COVID-19 filming regulations kept the soft rebooted universe from taking advantage of its new circumstance, making crossovers an impossibility. One such crossover was going to be between Superman, Lois, and Batwoman, proving that the show had indeed been produced as being as in the Arrowverse at one point. Of course, the pandemic wasn't the end of the universe woes. The CW recently had a bloodbath of cancellations, including several Arrowverse shows. Yeah, so like Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning, and Batwoman. The remaining DC shows on the CW were The Flash, Stark. Oh yeah, I forgot about Stargirl. Stargirl's a pretty good show. I'm not sure if that's connected to the Arrowverse, Stargirl, but I would like to have Stargirl officially part of the Arrowverse because I think that could help the Arrowverse. Just saying. But anyways, the remaining DC shows on the CW were The Flash, Stargirl, and Superman and Lois. All voices are now to be known in different universes. But I think actually is Stargirl still happening? If it is, or if you guys know the answer to that, please leave a comment down below. I'll also look online. I'll look online later too to make a video of it. But if you guys tell me, whoever tells me if Stargirl's going to get season 3 or not, will get a shout out. Will get a shout out in my video when I do talk about it. Anyways, the root cause of many of these cancellations, besides low ratings, of course, is likely due to the CW being sold off, and because people were beginning to lose interest. I mean, at least the very least with Batwoman, people were starting to lose interest in that show. It was I mean, that was like the worst performing Arrowverse show out of like the 6-7 shows that's been out there. Anyways, this is also likely why the CW didn't want to pay for shooting space to continue Batwoman on Legends of Tomorrow for at least one more season. I have to say, I think I will admit that Legends of Tomorrow may not be the best show, but I actually enjoyed that show. Partially because it gave me things to do when I was at college and helped pass the time away. So I think Legends of Tomorrow deserves one last season. If you guys like to wrap things up properly, if you guys disagree with that, you're more than welcome to. I will not bash you guys, and if I catch anybody bashing each other for their opinions, I will don't do that. Just don't. I will ask you guys politely not to do that. Keep things respectful. But, yeah. Anyways. Some had hoped that with the loss of these shows, potential replacements could be in development that spun off from the success of Superman and Lois. That won't be happening now, especially given the part of the logic behind Superman and Lois being on the different Earth was that the other shows are canceled already. A successful show wouldn't be used to create spin-offs that tie into older, arguably failed shows. If anything, potential spin-offs that would take place on Superman and Lois Earth, not the one in the Arrowverse. The Flash is now the last Arrowverse show, and its popularity has sunk dramatically ever since the 4th season. I think the 4th season was the Thinker season. Correct me if I'm wrong. In a way, it seems that Warner Brothers Discovery is making. Okay, that was weird. In a way, it seems that Warner Brothers. It starts off in a way, and then ends with it seems like Warner Brothers. It seems like Warner Brothers what? I don't know. But anyways, Discovery is make, or is it, or do they mean Warner Brothers Discovery? And is there a company called Warner Brothers Discovery? Let me know in the chat too, because I don't know. But anyways, Discovery is making it clear that they have no further interest in the universe that began in 2012 with Arrow. The circumstance resembles both DC Comics in 1938 and After Crisis, as well as the CW's own origins. It begins and ends with Superman. Okay. So I will also link this article in the comment section down below. To this article's credit, if I do remember correctly, in season 2 of Superman and Lois, I forget if it was season 2 episode 15, but I think it was season 2 episode 15, Waiting for Superman. No, what's that? I forget. Anyways, I think it was Lois Lane's father that said that Superman's the only superhero on the Earth. So it didn't exactly like. I don't think exactly confirmed that it's not part of the Arrowverse, because yeah, Superman and Lois could have easily went to a different Earth. Like the Arrowverse Superman could have went to a different Earth, and we could have like the Flash do the same thing as he did with Supergirl, like Earth hopping to help with Superman's issues, and Superman do the same thing for the Flash, pretty much. Or it could have been like easily a confirmation, saying that we aren't part of those Arrowverse anymore, even though season 1 we had John Diggle. But that was a basic question. Since season 1 had John Diggle in Superman Lois, does that mean like season 1 was in Arrowverse and season 2 isn't? Like similar events are happening in season 1 and 2 of Superman and Lois, like in terms of the Arrowverse and whatever universe this Superman is. For Superman and Lois is in, was few differences. I don't know. I want to know these things. But in terms of their comment about not having crossovers in the future, I mean, like I said, they had Supergirl Earth hopping for up until like Crisis on Infinite Earths. We had Ezra Miller. Sorry, I was thinking of Star Wars. Ezra Miller make a cameo. Ezra Miller is DCEU Flash. He made a cameo in the Arrowverse. We had Kevin Conroy make a cameo in the Arrowverse. The Smallville Superman making a cameo in here. I forget his name, but the dude who plays the Atom, who also plays Superman Returns, I think. He reprised his role as Superman in Crisis of Infinite Earths. So, and we even had that dude who originally played the Flash in the 90s Flash show, along with Mark Hamill. Well, essentially reprising their roles. I mean, Mark Hamill also did play, like, I guess Earth Prime's, was considered now as Earth Prime's version of Trickster. But the dude who played the Flash, who also played Barry Allen's father, he reprised his role as the 90s Flash. I think that's actually called Earth 90 to be, if I remember correctly. Probably a pun, because Earth 90, based on, like, with the Flash that had a show in the 90s, now I realize it's probably a pun. Anyways, my point being is that they had the Flash, with the original actor, being the Flash. Not exactly Jay Garrett, but Barry Allen Flash from Earth 90. Smallville Superman. Catherine Conroy as Bruce Wayne. You're really telling me that there's, like, even if this Superman Lois show isn't part of the Arrowverse, that there can't be a crossover? Especially after the DCU Flash interact with the Arrowverse Flash. You're telling me after that alone, there can't be a crossover between the two. And the first time that Superman and Flash crossed over, Supergirl was on CBS. See, her show wasn't even on the Arrowverse. So, like, I admit that Superman and Lois is the best show in the Arrowverse, especially ever since Arrow came out. And maybe with how good it looks, maybe it doomed or killed, as the article title says, killed the Arrowverse. But I don't think there is the possibility of future crossovers isn't possible. So that's just my thoughts, but yeah, the Flash, Superman and Lois is good, Superman and Lois is the best DC show, I should say, since the Arrow, and the Flash, like I said in the article as well, the first few seasons were great, then it became not as good. So, if the Flash wants to get its numbers again, then it needs to look at what Superman and Lois is doing. And not exactly copy it, but look at what Superman and Lois is doing. And learn from it. For, I think the Flash is going into season 8. It's season 8. Season 7 or 8 for the Flash. And use the notes that they gathered from watching the first 2 seasons of Superman and Lois for this next season of the Flash. Otherwise, I can't really see season 9 of the Flash happening, or the season after this one happening. Now, I'm just saying. But what do you guys think about this article? I will be putting this article in the pinned comments down in the comment section, so you guys can give this a read. And if you guys are content creators, you guys can also give this a read. You make videos of this too. But yeah, in a way, this show does make the Arrowverse look bad, because the Arrowverse shows, for the most part, for a while, it's been But, and the thing is, the Arrowverse can do better if they want to. I feel like they could do better if they wanted to, but they just don't want to. And I'm hoping, like I said, the Flash creators will look at Superman and Lois, the people behind the Arrowverse will look at Superman and Lois, and take notes, and use those notes to help improve the Arrowverse. Because I think the Arrowverse can have at least 5-ish more years left before ending. By the route that they're going, they might not be able to see the 5 more years. Hell, 10 more years to 2032. But they won't see 2032 if they keep going on the road that they're going. Just saying. So, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you guys think about this, this article, and what do you guys think about my thoughts in this video? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And I'll catch you guys later.